Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I've got to say today. Now, today I want to talk about a thing called equanimity. Equanimity is it's a really interesting concept that allows us to let go of the push and pull nature of the dualistic mind, okay? Now, that's pretty intense just in those words there. So we have this mind that is ours, okay? Remember, we are not our mind. Our mind is a part of us. Just our heart's a part of us. Hands, feet, all that sort of stuff is a part of us. The mind itself comes from a dualistic perspective. All right. It operates through push and pull, right and wrong, up and down, black and white. Left and right, and that's, we have the left hemisphere of the brain, we have the right hemisphere of the brain. So we come from this space of dualism, and when we come from this space of dualism, we naturally come to a space of pulling things towards us and pushing things away from us. And from an evolutionary psychology perspective, we chase carrots, so we're pulling towards carrots, which are reward, and we're pushing away discomfort. And no wonder anxiety and stress and depression are such inflictors on our world in today's society, because we don't do well with discomfort. We don't do well with sitting with discomfort. We naturally want to push it away. And you might say, Maurice, why would I want to pull towards me discomfort? So what I'm suggesting here is this space of equanimity. And equanimity allows us to let go of the pull push and to see everything itself as having value. So we can allow the discomfort to come to us, and we can then start to look at the value in it. And we can also allow the comfortable to come to us and also see the value in it as well. So when I talk about this push-pull relationship, we have a really good relationship, a pull relationship towards gratitude, appreciation, lovely things happening to us, wonderful things, love, kindness, all that sort of stuff. However, we have a push relationship with anxiety, self-doubt, the inner critic, sadness, anger, guilt, embarrassment, shame, all of those emotions or states, okay? We also have a push-pull relationship with particular thoughts. We also have a push-pull relationship with particular people because they evoke particular thoughts and sensations and feelings and emotions within us as well. So to be aware of this push-pull relationship and to come from a space of equanimity then allows us to see things as they are and not what they appear to be. It also allows us to experience the fullness of life in everything that it has to offer. Because when we think about it, if we're pushing away pretty much half of our experiences and we're only pulling towards us the other half, we're actually missing out on half of life. And for some of us, we push away probably more than we actually pull towards us as well. And when we come from it from that perspective, we go, well, hang on, I wouldn't mind living the fullness of life, living the fullness and the richness of life. And if I'm going to live the fullness and the richness of life, it's about allowing everything to come to me and seeing it as having value. Everything has value. And it's about looking at it from that perspective and then seeking the value that it actually has. Now, I have got a video around how to be grateful for stress. Discomfort appears in the light of significance, second darts, Mind 101, all of those things will give you a great understanding of what this concept is around equanimity and also what this concept is around value. From a neuroscience perspective, what we're actually doing is when we have discomfort arising in us or coming towards us and we naturally want to push it away, we don't allow ourselves the full opportunity to experience the value within that discomfort. So with equanimity, we allow it to come to us and we go, wow, this is really interesting. This stuff that's arising within me what is the value within that? And when you ask that question, straight away you move from this amygdala, the limbic system, and you move to the prefrontal cortex, because your values, the abstract thinking, the cognitive problem solving, the imagination, the visualization, all sits in the prefrontal cortex. And by shifting it from here to here, you lessen the impulse and energy that sits in this area here, and you increase the impulses and the energy that sits in the front prefrontal cortex. Just by looking for it, just by asking that question. And a lot of the work that I do with people, and a lot of the work that I do with you if you're on this program, is that I'm asking these questions around value. What is the value in this? You know, let's seek the value for it. And when we start to seek the value, it straight away creates this chain reaction of shifting the energy. It also is part of the neural scaffolding that we've been doing over the many, many weeks that we've been working together as well. So it's all part of this multidimensional scaffolding. So when we come from this space of equanimity, we allow anything and everything to come to us and allow it to fully rise, okay? And when we allow it to fully rise, we can then allow it to be there, come to an acceptance of it, that it is there and it does have some value. And then when we look for the value, then we actually see it for what it is and not what it appears to be. Now, when we practice that more and more, we then identify that discomfort as it arises or as it comes towards us, because it ultimately will. It's not about getting rid of any of this stuff. It will come towards us, it'll arise, and the more we practice this, the more we can identify, oh, there's self-doubt again. What's the value in self-doubt? That's right, it's related to this, okay? I'm in the growth area. I'm in the right space that I want to be. I actually expect self-doubt to be there. And then we actually start to change our relationship. So now we're changing our relationship that we would normally push away because we had a not so good relationship with it before. And we then can allow it to sit with us. And that's that equanimity, okay? This week I'd really like you to sit with that and just watch these things as they come your way. And then see if you can get into that space of equanimity and go, wow, what is the value of this? Okay, what is the value of this? Where is this coming from? Okay, and when you get to that perspective and that point of view, you will suffer less, because suffering is the resistance to what is coming towards you. And suffering is also placed in the pushing away, because I can't get rid of this. Now I'm pushing away. There's resistance to this, and the more I resist it, the more I suffer. And if you want to have a look at the video, Second Darts, or Pain is Inevitable, Suffering is Optional, How to Be Grateful for Stress, you'll then start to see how much suffering we actually create for ourselves. Cool. So get out and practice that. There'll be some exercises below this video. Get to practice that. Keep up with the Voxer stuff and keep on feeding that back to me. All right? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thank you for allowing me to be in your space and walk alongside you during this beautiful time of growth for you. Okay? Thanks, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.